내년 2024년에는 우리나라에서 국제로잔대회가 열립니다. 로잔운동이 한국교회는 물론이고 세계 선교에도 큰 영향을 줬다는 건 긴 설명이 필요 없을 것 같은데요. 국제로잔운동 마이클 오 총재를 스튜디오에 모셨습니다. 총재님 안녕하십니까?
안녕하세요.
네. 자, 이번 방한 특별한 일정들이 있으셨던 것 같은데요. 먼저 이 말씀부터 저희가 이야기를 나누고 시작했으면 좋겠습니다.
So this is actually my fourth visit to Korea in the past year. I always enjoy visiting many churches to share about the Lausanne movement and also to share plans for the fourth Congress here in Seoul. So this visit is special because the Lausanne International Board of Directors will be holding our annual board meetings in Songdo, hosted by Korea Lausanne. So this will be their very first opportunity to meet many wonderful Korean leaders and to visit the Songdo Konbensia, the site of the fourth Congress. So we will be inviting 5,000 Christian leaders and influencers from every single nation on earth, and Christians all around the world will have their eyes on Seoul for this historic gathering.
방송을 보시는 분들이 마이클 오 총재님에 대해서 글쎄요, 상당히 많이 궁금하실 것 같은데 소개를 좀 해주실 수 있을까요?
So my parents emigrated to America in 1970, and then I was born in 1971. My father is the oldest of 9 children. My mother is the oldest of 6 children, and I have only 5 children, 4 daughters and 1 son. So my parents went to America with just a few $100s in their pockets and speaking very little English, and they went to pursue the American dream, and they succeeded. My older sister and I were able to have a very successful educational career with degrees from Harvard, Yale, Princeton, and the University of Pennsylvania. But instead of becoming doctors like my father, my sister and I both became missionaries. So instead of pursuing the American dream, we both decided to pursue God's dream. So after serving as a seminary president in Japan, starting at the age of 33 years old, I was invited to serve as the global executive director of the Lausanne movement when I was 41 years old. The previous leaders of Lausanne had all been very famous, white, older Western leaders. So this was a very bold move of faith to select a younger Asian leader who was not globally famous. Like the title of my book says, I'm nothing.
자, 작년 12월에 로잔 대회와 관련해서 유기성 목사님이 이 시간에 나오셔서 이 로잔 대회에 대해서 이야기를 해주신 적이 있었는데요. 뭐 총재님이시니까 다른 마음을 가지시면 안 되겠습니다만 그래도 한국에서 열린다는 점, 글쎄요, 좀 여느 나라보다는 특별하실 것 같아요.
So to be honest, it would be easier to hold the 4th Lausanne Congress in another country. It could be cheaper and less complicated, but we were excited to have a true co-hosting with Korea Lausanne and the Korean Church. So we wanted to be able to have true partnership and really craft the vision and also the plans for Seoul 2024 together. So I am so thankful for wonderful leaders like Reverend Lee Jae-hoon and Reverend Yu Gi-sung, who are godly, effective, and humble leaders. Our shared hope is not just for an amazing event. We want to be able to show to Korean society a Korean church that is more unified, more humble, and more beautiful. Our love for non-Christians is important, but our love for one another is the unity that Jesus prayed for in John chapter 17. So I long for Korean society to see the bride of Jesus Christ in Korea as exquisitely beautiful. Seoul 2024 is an opportunity to beautifully unite. It is not Lausanne style to have many titles and honors and special speeches, but I would humbly ask you all to join hands across Korea, across denominations, and across generations. And I would ask for your prayers, your help, and your hearts to join us also.
자, 로잔 대회가 열렸던 시기마다 세계 선교에 큰 영향을 끼쳤는데 내년에 열리는 대회에서 가장 중요한 이슈 어떤 걸 좀 이야기해 주실 수 있겠습니까?
Well, I think the most important issue is for us to know how to fulfill the Great Commission and to figure out how to do it together. In order to do that, we must know what remains to be done. What are the greatest gaps and what are the greatest opportunities? Toward that end, we are preparing the first ever report on the state of the Great Commission. This is a result of 2 years of listening and data gathering from the entire global church. We need accurate information in order to be strategic in what we do. And then we need to figure out how to do it together. So for example, what if the global health community tried to tackle the challenge of COVID without collaboration? What if each hospital just treated its own patients? What if they didn't gather and share information? What if they didn't listen to what was going on in other nations and other regions? What if they only communicated by email with people that they knew? What if they said to others, oh, well, we're better than you, or I don't need you? That's similar to how we are doing the Great Commission. We are like our own hospitals, doing our own treatment with our own patients, but we're not connecting with each other well. We're not learning from each other. We are not looking at macro data. And we're saying to others sometimes, oh, I'm better than you, or I don't need you. But that's exactly what 1 Corinthians 12 says and warns us about. The eye cannot say to the hand, and the head cannot say to the feet, I don't need you. So at Seoul, we will be challenging the global church to work together, to love each other, to need each other. And we will also be launching a global digital platform. And this will help to support strategic global collaboration. Now, there are, of course, many ministries with platforms, but this will be a meta platform, a platform of platforms. This will help to bring those platforms together to serve the whole global church. It will bring people, connect people inward, and then also direct them outward to the best resources and also help mobilize them for the most strategic opportunities. There are many different groups with a global mission, their own global mission to end world hunger, to have every single person on earth taste Coca-Cola. Those groups are organized. Those groups are strategic. Those groups are collaborative, and they are also very well organized. The Great Commission is the greatest mission in the whole world, in all of history. We need to do this mission better than any other mission in the whole world.
자, 로잔 운동의 역사도 이제 50년이 됐기 때문에 돌아보고 내다보는 시간도 필요할 것 같습니다. 다양한 국가 또 서로 다른 삶의 환경에서 뜻을 모아 함께하는 게 때로는 좀 어려움이 되기도 할 것 같거든요. 어떻습니까?
Well, Billy Graham was a charismatic evangelist. John Stott was a brilliant theologian. They had different callings and personalities, but they came together with a shared passion for world evangelization. Seoul 2024 will gather different denominations, different generations. They will gather both professionals in ministry as well as those who do their ministry in the workplace. There will be people from different denominations. There will be participants from every nation on earth. But we will all come together with a shared passion for global mission. And we will come together recognizing that we cannot do God's mission alone. And we must not do God's mission alone. I mentioned that I have 5 children. There are times when they have arguments, but they don't stay angry forever because they will always be a family. We have our differences, but we have a shared mission. And we will always be the family of God. We will be together for all of eternity, all together for eternity. So let's figure out how to love each other and how to work together well while we are here on earth.
자, 이제 내년 한국대회를 두고 남은 기간 많은 분들이 기도로 준비하실 텐데요. 저희가 함께 기도해야 할 기도 제목을 나눠주시는 걸로 오늘 이야기 마무리 짓도록 하겠습니다.
I have 4 prayer requests. First, please pray that God will use the 4th Lausanne Congress to bring healing and a new unity for the Korean church. Second, please pray that God's voice will be heard through the Congress to the global church and also to the whole world. Third, please pray that launching out from Seoul will be the greatest and most effective and most beautiful collaboration of the global church toward the fulfillment of the Great Commission that the world has ever seen. And I would also ask and appreciate your prayers for me and for my family. Please pray that I will be faithful to do what God is calling me to do. Pray for my family also, that the Lord would protect us all from the evil one, and pray that God would be glorified in my life and also in my leadership.
자, 목사님의 기도 제목까지 저희가 함께 들어봤는데요. 또 로잔운동, 또 목사님과 또 가족을 위해서 성도 여러분, 또 시청자 여러분들께서 많은 기도와 또 관심을 부탁드리도록 하겠습니다. 네, 지금까지 국제로잔운동 마이크로 총재와 이야기 나눠봤습니다. 총재님 오늘 말씀 고맙습니다.
네, 고맙습니다.